We have officially come out of Daytona. 3 exciting races, 2 exciting finishes, and a truck race. But still a good week for all involved. Welcome back, everybody, to the Speedway Review. Chris Burns, as always, with me, Stat Boy Corey Huffnagel.
What up?
The gentleman with the prisoner number underneath us, that's Caleb Hodge. He's going to break down Daytona with us. Plus, he's going to talk a little about his family's delving into racing over the years. Caleb, how are you right now?
I'm pretty good.
So give us a little background.
Well, my grandfather's sister worked at Daytona originally as a track official, and then she turned into we call it a information center person. Then she retired. Before that, 2004, David Rudiman.
Yep.
My uncle was a pit crew for him, gasman for him.
Oh wow.
And then 2005, Dale Earnhardt Jr. He was his pit crew member as a big gas can man. And it worked. He did that for until the team shut down.
Okay.
Good deal.
And I believe when I was little, he did work for Mark Martin in the Busch Series. But
Nice.
I did not know that. I didn't find that out till after he retired.
Okay.
And he also worked for Johnny Sauter in the Truck Series as a gas man catcher or something like that.
Nice.
I miss the old catch can, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they had the overflow spill come out the back end of the car.
Yeah.
That's when racing was real. You can't tell me nothing, Dale Sr.
That is true.
Yeah.
All hail St. Dale.
How did I change it? How did I come out of the prisoner room with the number?
You'd have to do it. We'll figure out another time. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Speaking of which, we have a special guest.
Is it a prisoner?
Maybe. I'll give you one guess who it is.
It's my second favorite human being on earth.
Not Jordan.
Nope, my second favorite human being on earth.
Jackson.
Right.
No,
Survey.
Jackson.
All right.
Stop it. Just bring him
All
in.
right. Survey says.
Okay.
Survey says.
And the medium
Mr.
chef.
Calhoun.
What's going
What's
on?
up, my brother?
Ladies
What's
and gentlemen,
happening,
the best chef south of the Mason-Dixon line, and I would say that to
My man.
Emerald's face, Tori Calhoun.
What's up, my brothers?
What's going
Not a
on?
whole lot.
Hey.
We are not that far into the show. Just talking to Caleb here about his family's history in the racing business.
Okay.
And of course, before we go hot, the first question Caleb has is, where's Tori? Man, I'm done with this.
First, Christian Eckes asked where Tori is, and now Caleb asked where Tori is. That's a
Christian
new record.
Christian Eckes. Well, I'm not going to say it. I like Christian.
Oh boy, you better be careful because Tori's right here.
I know, but it's not like I said.
That's my next favorite truck racer.
Good choice. That's one of our friends, alumni on the show. Speaking of shows, may as well start with the truck race. Zane Smith with a good victory. Corey, you saw the race. Tell us a little about it.
Well, I will say this: the Truck Series race I saw on Friday night, it was a decent race, and of course we did see a few wrecks, which it sucks the fact that Haley Deegan got caught up in one of them. But my only main complaint about it was that the race had to be stopped probably 4 times, maybe 5 times because of precipitation. And when I was watching the race on Friday, it hardly looked like it wasn't raining at all. You could hardly see, there wasn't any raindrops. It was just it was literally just misting the whole entire time. And then, you could see track, you could see most of the track was wet, but it just wasn't wet to the point where, okay, we pretty much lost the racetrack. And then of course, the race had to be shortened with 21 laps to go. So I will say that, it's probably not the best way, to start off the Truck Series season. because I really was hoping to see a good finish, especially the fact that, the trucks put on a really good show on the super speedways and whatnot. But then yet again, you can't deal with Mother Nature, and you can't underestimate what Mother Nature is going to do. But honestly, again, when I was watching the race, it hardly looked like it wasn't raining at all. I'm thinking to myself, what rain? It's not even raining, to the point where, the track's lost in anything. It kind of almost looked as if, this is the situation that happened at Pocono years ago when Chris Buescher won, when of course most of the track was fogged in turns 1 and 2, whatever, and then the other side of the track was fine. So other than that, the Truck Series race I thought was decent. The defending series champion picked up right where he left off after winning the race in the championship last year. He ends up winning the race at Daytona, and it's funny because last year he ended up winning the season opener at Daytona. Now he wins, the season opener back to back.
I think, and I don't like to talk about momentum this early in the season, but, he does have a fire underneath his ass. Zane Smith, I think ran all 3 races this weekend and had a, pretty decent run overall. 2 races. That's right. The trucks and the cup. Had a pretty good, he's got fire underneath him. And that's what I like about him. He may not be my favorite, but let's give the kid credit. He just wants to get behind the wheel and run. A lot like, you could point to guys like Chase Elliott. As much as I hate to say something nice about him, you could say the same about Kyle Busch when he was younger.
All right.
You just want to get behind that wheel and have as much seat time and as much fun as possible while advancing his career. And he's a young guy, so, more power to him. Corey, who does your hair in the morning?
That's a $1 million question. Who does it?
Yeah, Stevie Wonder, I guess.
Maybe Stevie Wonder does my hair, or I don't know. Somebody probably does my hair in the morning.
You got the top knot Gene Simmons thing going on, and then down in the corner over here, my man Caleb has got that swoop Harry Styles going on down here.
I think we both have messy hair days if you think about it. So
why do you think I wear a hat all the time? And Tori's just Tori. He's got that Booker T vibe rolling every single time.
There's no choice, man. This is the way it's been for 13 years.
That's what I'm talking about. Tell me you did not just say that.
It's cheaper than a haircut, bro.
I don't know. I get mine cut for free, so I wouldn't know about cheaper.
Well, there you go.
It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. I give away one of my subscription services. They give me a haircut for free.
I started this journey by myself, doing it by myself, and Bristol picked it up for the last few years.
There you go.
Where is Tori from again?
I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, brother.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
And I know I'm from Massachusetts, and Chris is from Connecticut.
Parts unknown.
Parts unknown. Yes, he is from parts unknown, Connecticut.
I'm from Alcatraz.
I live right down the street from the Ultimate Warrior. Parts unknown.
Okay. All right.
But he's dead, so I guess I can't say that now.
Right.
Well, before we get, Jordan, when he decides to show up, he's running a little bit late, folks. So Jordan will be here, and
yes.
I will kill him. Let's go over the Truck Series results. We'll get happies and sads from everybody. As we mentioned, Zane Smith was your winner. Tanner Gray second. Last year, Christian Eckes was second. This year, he's third. Colby Howard fourth, and Grant Enfinger was fifth. Ty Majeski sixth. Tyler Ankrum seventh. Corey Heim eighth. Matt Crafton ninth. And Chase Elliott in the 35 truck comes home in 10th. Your other notables: Ben Rhodes was 11th. Travis Pastrana was 13th, going down the list. Timmy Hill, 16th. Derek Kraus, 18th. Matt DiBenedetto, 20th. Corey LaJoy, 23rd. Jack Wood, 27th. Stuart Friesen, not a good start for him, 28th. Raja Karuth, 29th. Parker Kligerman, 32nd. Haley Deegan, 35th. And all the way down in the BJ McLeod position, Dean Thompson, who probably has to go teach science class on Monday.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like a science teacher, Dean Thompson.
Yeah, it does.
So
I didn't know Chase was running the trucks this year.
I think he's running a very partial schedule, 3 to 5 races. Corey, what do you know about that?
Yeah, so he's going to be running the second Bill McAnally truck, because I know he's going to have, well, not only Chase Elliott's going to run the 35 truck, but I think there's going to be some other drivers that are going to run that second truck this year. In which, of course, you have Christian Eckes, who's going to run for the Drivers' Championship in the 19 truck this season.
All right.
Yeah. What about Travis Pastrana? He doing the same thing?
Well, I know Travis did run Daytona. I don't know what other races he's going to do, but I'm hoping he can do more races this season.
Yeah, it would be good.
Oh.
He puts a
Be
different
awesome.
set of eyes. Yeah, he puts a different set of eyes on the races
Oh, yeah.
when he runs, so that's good.
Right.
Somebody's got to teach him how to dress, though. He looked like a black and white checkerboard blanket.
Oh, my
this
goodness.
weekend.
That fire suit that he had on, that was awesome. I love that.
No, it
fire
wasn't.
suit. Come on.
Looked like he looked like him and Ric Flair go to the same tailor. He
Oh,
looked
come
like he
on.
got dressed
I
in
thought
the
it was
dark.
really nice.
Stop it.
it.
Stop it. Oh,
All
I can only fire one person a week, and it's not your week, Corey.
I know.
All right. Anyway, so if we're gonna give a happy and sad, I'll start. I'll go with Christian Eckes as my happy. Another great run for him. Brand new team in that number 19 Chevrolet. Looking for big things from him this year. Sad's gonna go to Haley Deegan. Caught up in the accident. Was running pretty okay, but ended up in 35th. So
right.
Corey Huffnagel, what do you got? Happy and sad.
Okay, so my happy for this, as much as I want to say this, but my happy, I'm going to go to Colby Howard. I mean, the fact that he ran top 5 during the race and the fact that he finished 4th in that 9 truck, I was really, really impressed. And when it comes to Daytona, by the way, hi, Zach. When it comes to Daytona, I mean, you just never know like where you're going to be like right at the end, and a really good finish for that 9 truck as well. Now, my sad and my dumbest moment of the race would definitely have to go to Stuart.
Dumbest moment. This ought to be fun.
Well, my sad and dumbest moment would have to go to Stuart Friesen, because if you guys watched in the middle of the race, you guys probably saw, the outside line was coming and it had like a big head of steam. And of course, Stuart decided, I got to try and block that outside pretty quick. Well, guess what? That outside line came pretty fast. And not only Stuart tried to block, but it was pretty much too late for him. And then he pretty much went straight in the wall. And yeah, I guess you could say his spotter should have told him he wasn't clear and that outside line was coming. So, but tough run for that 52 truck. I really wanted to see him have a good run, but yeah, I think I would just probably say, that was just spotter error or something.
Before we go to Caleb, there's not a lot you can really blame on a spotter when you get into something like that, unless you are the guy in the front that eases down too early and causes something. Daytona's Daytona, man. And, we say it every year at the top of the year. Daytona happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest crapshoot on the circuit, that in Talladega. You go into it thinking, yeah, my guy is fast and he did great in qualifying, and then he gets out there and gets hung up in like a 75 car pileup, and he doesn't do shit from shit. So,
all right,
it's difficult really to measure Daytona on any metric other than speed. So, I mean, that's me. I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking out of experience, but at the same time, somebody could tell me, well, look at Michael McDowell. He was right place, right time 2, 3, 4, whatever years ago it was. And they're right. They're right. But then you can point to someone like, Trevor Bayne, who was out front for how many laps and just took the thing home.
Right.
You're either at Daytona, you're either lucky or you're unlucky.
It's true.
It's as simple as that. Caleb, who were you happy with in the truck race and who were you sad about?
I'm happy that they called the race on time, and my sad is the sparks didn't fly too much.
Oh, jeez.
See, why is it on every show I do, somebody got to break the rules?
What?
Makes it fun.
No.
I like it. That's fine. Fair enough. And of course, my man Tori is going to say, "Man, I didn't. I'm going to help you out. You have a happy and sad, or you want to abstain?"
Sad that Matty D didn't finish higher. But like I said earlier, happy to know that Chase is doing part-time. I'll take that.
Absolutely.
I'll take that.
And, again, when you look at a guy like Chase Elliott, he's not out there to do any sort of, record breaking or, do the Kyle Busch thing. I can do without that. But let's be fair. Chase Elliott's just down there to have fun, and you know what? God love him for it.
Yeah.
So, all right, I don't know why my phone switched to this, but I got to go back in time. So we had the Xfinity race, a green to white checkered overtime affair with Austin Hill taking home the victory. Now there was some controversy, and even Corey, you got caught up in it too.
Yeah.
People saying John Hunter Nemechek should have gotten the nod as the winner, but the rules are the rules are the rules, and he was below the double yellow line at the time of the caution. Doesn't matter why he was down there. It matters that he was down there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think if you just kind of look at it, like the fact that that NASCAR, and here's the thing, I thought it was pretty much who was leading at the last loop, but I guess I heard that now it depends on when NASCAR pushes the button and the caution comes out and the field freezes. And just looking at the instant replay, and of course with Sam Mayer over his roof, and thankfully nobody else hit him and everything. Like right when the caution came out and everybody was like 3 wide, I have to be honest, like it was really hard to pick a winner. And I didn't even know like who was ahead. I didn't even know like how much of a lead that everybody was. I mean, like it was like literally like 3 wide, kind of like almost 1959 Daytona 500, only except it was like the Xfinity race that happened like right at the end. But I mean, the only tiring part about this was that NASCAR probably took maybe like 5 minutes. Maybe more than 5 minutes just to determine like who the winner was. And then they had to go through all the replay and then where everybody was, like where the caution came out. And then of course, boom, Austin Hill's the winner. No doubt about it. And like I said, and I think everybody kind of says this too, like, it's Daytona because, everything happens in super speedway races. This stuff happens for a reason, and honestly, like I would have wanted to see John Hunter Nemechek won. I would have wanted to see Justin Allgaier won. I mean, he was one guy that, that was up there like right at the end. But then of course, right before like that overtime finish, there was a few guys that was on like fuel conservation mode, in which you saw Josh Berry. He had his car below the apron because he was out of gas, and then Justin Allgaier, his car was on the apron, and either like on that fuel window or whatever. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, watch. When Justin Allgaier comes right up on the apron, he's going to run out of gas, and then he's going to jam up the whole field. Somebody's going to crash and whatever the fuck, what have you. But no, honestly, like, I'm fine with Austin Hill winning the race. I mean, but then yet again, like when those guys were running 3 wide, right when the caution came out, it was really close. And I have to tell you, I couldn't even pick a winner. I couldn't even call like who that was,
I got you.
Yeah.
Caleb, what did you take away from this race?
It was better than the truck race, and it was just better than the truck race.
That's one way to put it, and I like it. So we're gonna leave it right there.
All right.
Tori, did you get a chance to see this one?
No, I didn't, but I did see an update alert came through on my phone about overtime, and I was sitting here like, damn, what happened? But you guys just explained everything, so I understand.
Right. The one thing that I took away from this race was it seemed as if the first stage they were being really, really overcautious. Like, they had the rain the night before. It was a green track. They're waiting for the lines to come in. And then as the lines started to work out better, that middle line worked until, as we all know, when that top and bottom come in, you get in the middle, you're done. You're going to sink like a rock in the middle of the lake. It's just not cool. But once that top and bottom came in, we saw some really risky racing, and a lot of guys took a lot of chances that, for some it paid off, and for some they ended up eating the wall or eating the grass or eating another car. But I like the fact that they came out of the box a little more aggressive as the race went on versus, well, it's a green track. They did their time in that first stage, laying the rubber down, Past that, this was probably one of my favorite season openers for the Xfinity series.
Without question. And of course,
hey, yo, got a crazy question. Go ahead, Stat Boy. Go ahead.
Well, there was a couple of times, during the race where there was some like aggressive blocking going on, and to me, like I kind of thought to myself, like, guys, this is stage 1. Like, why are we doing some aggressive blocks? Like it's like literally the last lap. And then there was one part where Austin Hill came down on the 7 car, and thankfully the 7 backed off the gas. And if he would have came down like probably like a tenth of a second quicker, it would have been a big wreck coming out of turn 3. But other than that, the one thing I like about this Xfinity series, like whenever it comes down to like super speedway racing, like, yeah, they put on some good racing, and of course they put on some aggressive blocks, no doubt about it. But then yet again, like, it just goes to show you that, sometimes, like, you're going to have to take those chances. And of course, not to mention you'll get the stage points, but also, when it comes down to the final laps, I mean, you're just going to have to do what you got to do. So
I have to go back to Austin Dillon and Ryan Blaney in the booth. Both of them did a fantastic job.
Oh,
but
without question.
They were messing with each other in regards to what you're talking about, some of the aggressive blocking, and Dillon was, getting on Blaney. Oh, hey, look, that's a Blaney move. And Blaney said it best. This is about 3 things: points, points, and points.
Yep.
If you start out good, it helps you. It builds your confidence. You're going to hopefully end well.
Right.
Unless, of course, you're Corey Huffnagel. You will be in 4th place all year. I don't want to say it out loud, but
well, yeah.
but no, with your lineup, you're going to be at least in 3rd. I can see it now.
Yeah.
But no, Blaney said it best. You're racing for points. If you're someone that says, well, so and so should have moved out of the way, you're watching the wrong sport. You fight for every damn position you get. And if you want somebody to move out of your way, go watch tennis or curling. I'm sure that'll play at 2 a.m. on ESPN. Go have fun with that.
Yeah, Jesus.
But this is racing. This is the fastest. The fastest gets to the front. What is the line? It's the fastest who gets paid, and it's the fastest who gets laid.
Yeah, that's true. But also, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw during the race on Saturday, Parker Kligerman looked like he wasn't making any friends Saturday.
No, he was looks like he was playing for a team other than his own.
And I know there was one part in the race where he was trying to come up and take a spot, whatever, and then he realized, oh, Jeffrey Earnhardt was on the outside, gets into the side of him, cuts down a tire, and then, flat tire on the 44 costing them the race. And then I saw afterwards, Jeffrey went up to Parker and said, hey, like, if you damage my shit like that, I'm not going to, like, appreciate that, And I'm glad that Jeffrey stood his ground, And
I'm glad you brought that up, and I want to throw this one out to our guest, Caleb.
Yeah.
To see Jeffrey Earnhardt stand up for himself and go and say, look, bro, this is how I make my living. You come in 5-6 times a year. I got to pay for this stuff at the end of the day. What do you think? Are you liking Jeffrey Earnhardt having a little bit of sack up underneath that fire suit?
Always.
I thought it was great. I'm not going to sit here and BS with you guys. I wanted to see punches thrown, but I'm glad cooler heads did prevail.
I know what that race when Bubba Wallace and Larson were fighting. I said, "Uh-oh, if the one hits the other, either one fights each other. One's gonna get suspended." And then, sure enough, one race or 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, that also had a lot to do with the fact that, and the replay shows it, no matter how many people call me racist because of it.
Oh, jeez.
Bubba turned down to wreck the 5.
Yep.
Everybody can see it. Oh, no, Bubba said, he couldn't control the car. Yet after he made the turn, he tried to straighten the car out and move forward. So, no, his steering wasn't gone. Sit on the sidelines, get on my level, and suck my butt.
Right.
Oh, man.
Well, not only turned them, but he basically just right hooked them on the straightaway. I mean,
exactly.
Think about it. Like, what would happen, if he would have right hooked Kyle Larson on the straightaway and someone else would have hit him head on, it would have been pretty bad.
And what other cardinal rule did he break? While they were on the infield surface, not underneath any line, he got out of his car to go over and complain to Kyle Larson before AMS showed up.
Right. And then for me, like, I just said to myself, like, dude, you literally took out Kyle Larson. You guys took each other out. So what does this have to prove? And that was pretty much the day where I just said, you know what? I just lost all respect for Bubba, and I mean, I kind of defended him on like a lot of things, but that's just not defendable at all,
Oh, well, he's Bubba.
And he made an embarrassment of himself on TV anyway. So
I give him a little bit of credit. He's trying right now, a hell of a lot more than other guys do after they make such a mistake. But as long as we can't keep giving him passes, but he needs a chance to redeem himself. It was late in the season last year. We're one race in this season. Let's see if he's really matured or if he's always going to be Bubba Wallace with a chip on his shoulder.
All right. I'll probably give him like maybe 5 races and then I'll decide
I want to see if he's going to repeat at Talladega.
Yeah, see, I'm with Tori on that one. Plus, I'd give him till the All-Star race. Give him half a season, and then if you haven't straightened your shit out, you're basically I'm not going to deal with you anymore.
Yeah,
I will call it like I see it. Not that I don't always, but
right.
That's how it's going to go. So we'll break down the Xfinity race right quickly. So as we mentioned, Austin Hill wins the battle of the scoring loops. John Hunter Nemechek was second. Justin Allgaier third. Parker Retzeloff. It took me a while to learn how to say that, so give me some credit. I called him Pretzel Face last year. I'm doing better. Parker Retzloff came in fourth, and Myatt Snyder was fifth. Riley Herbst was sixth. Joe Graff Jr. seventh. Ryan Seagate. Cole Custer was ninth. And Justin Haley was 10th. Your other notables, Jeb Burton, that's with a B, was 11th. Brandon Jones, 14th. Josh Williams, alumni of the show, 15th. Sammy Smith, 19th. Parker Kligerman, 23rd.
Oh, no. Remember the podcast.
That's right. Recognize.
Yeah, recognize us.
Make me come up. Acknowledge me.
I don't think they're acknowledging you, Chris.
Parker Kligerman was 23rd. Anthony Alfredo, 24th after having a real good run early. Josh Berry, 26th. Sam Mayer, what a finish for him, 27th. That was a horrific wreck.
Yeah.
Jesse Awuji, former member of the show, 30th. Kaz Gralla, 32nd. Sheldon Creed, 34th. Daniel Hemrick, 36th. And all the way in the BJ McLeod position was Bailey Curry. So we'll let Caleb start out with a happy and sad for the Xfinity series.
My sad part is that the winner was the winner and the other two weren't the winner. But my happy is that it was a good race.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I almost had a stroke, but
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
The winner was the winner, and the other two guys didn't win, and I'm not sure who the winner. I'm not quite sure what to do with my hands.
Well, they had to figure out the caution lights.
Well, I got you on that. I'm with you. If I don't break your balls, you think I won't like you. Ask Corey. Speaking of Corey, what do you got for a happy and sad?
Boy, I'm happy for this race. If I'm going to have to pick one, I'm going to have to say Parker Retzloff. I mean, the fact that this kid finished in fourth driving for Jordan Anderson this season. And, I mean, the fact that he brings it home fourth, I was really amazed. And the fact that he was up in the top 5 late in the race. I haven't heard of this kid since like last year. And I think he only ran if I'm going to pull up his stats. So last year, he only ran 9 Xfinity races with 1 top 10 finish. And the fact that, he starts off the season finishing top 5, I mean, that's a really good booster shot for that team, especially, for Jordan Anderson, which of course, now, their lineup, you have Parker Retzloff and Jeb Burton, who's going to be the 2 drivers for that stable. My sad, on the other hand, I'm going to go to Daniel Hemrick. I really was hoping that this car was going to be up front most of the time, and I thought he was going to be in the top 10, but unfortunately he gets caught up in that big wreck early in the race and so forth. But it's just kind of hard. It just kind of boggles me that, the fact that he won the championship for Joe Gibbs and then moves over to Colleague, and everyone's expected, okay, when he's going to go to Colleague, he'll probably win multiple races than what he did at Joe Gibbs. Well, he hasn't even won a single race, since then. And honestly, I'm just disappointed the fact that, Daniel runs in the top 5 most of the week, but he just can't capitalize. And that's the only thing I'm just very disappointed about.
I got you on that. That's all well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there, best chef in the South. You got a happy and sad for this race?
Nah, not for this race, bro. I didn't even see it.
All right, fair enough. My happy is going to be weird. I'm gonna go with Brandon Jones as my happy. Boy, did that car run like greased out shit all day long. He looked really good all day long. You know, the late race problem. He goes through the grass, tears up his stuff. It is what it is. But boy, did that 9 car look good. I was a little bit, curious how my boy was gonna do moving over to Junior Motorsports, but I'm glad he did well. Unfortunately, bad things happened. My sad's going to go to Sheldon Creed. This guy, since he has gotten onto the Xfinity series, cannot catch a break. This dude is just all the time getting into some sort of mess that, whether he started it or not, Sheldon Creed cannot catch a break on this series. So the time's going to come in the next year or two when ownership of RCR is going to look and go, okay, we've got these cars. And we know this guy can do well. We know this guy, which of these kids is not like the other? Sheldon freaking Creed.
Right.
Chances are he's going to get shuttled back into the truck series where he has a lot of success. But again, do you think anybody can answer this right out? Caleb, if you want to start, feel free. Did they bring Sheldon Creed up too fast?
I guess they did.
Oh, it's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. I think they did. I'm definitely sure they did. Here's a guy that, when he came up, what was it, Corey, 2-3 years ago, we started really talking about Sheldon Creed.
Yeah.
Then he wins the Truck Series championship, and the next thing you know, oh, good Lord, the party's over.
Here he comes.
Man. Jordan's here.
If he is here.
I am here.
My man Mud Show is in the house. What up, dog?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
Check him out, man. He's wearing his Mud Show t-shirt and everything.
Jordan, you there?
We're getting there, Herm. Herm, slow your roll. That's the next race we talk about.
All right.
He's mad that the Smithfield pork driver is a chump.
I don't know why I can't do the comments now.
I don't know. Maybe because
I'm in charge.
Oh,
yeah. What did we
probably
talk about?
Jordan, you're probably controlling the system, are you?
That is correct.
Okay, that makes sense. So as long as we're here, we went around the room. I think everybody. Yeah, I gave my happy and sad. Everybody gave their happy and sad.
Yeah, I did.
Right. That's right. Recognize. That's right. Don't you backmouth though. What is up? And we lost Corey. All right, shit happens. Life goes on. You got a happy and sad for the Xfinity race, Jordan?
I do. My happy is Austin Hill winning. My sad is Josh Berry running out of gas.
Yeah, that'll make sense.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Have you done the truck race yet?
I was also pulling. That was my third favorite driver I was pulling for is Josh Berry, but I had Jones and Justin Allgaier too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a sandwich. It's your sandwich. It's your sandwich.
Eat the sandwich. Eat it.
That's right. Better recognize.
Don't make me come through this computer.
Fuck yeah, this is the shit.
What in the hell? Okay, that was the weirdest shit ever. Wow, all right. Yes, we did do the truck race. Wow, you got a happy and sad for that?
Yes. Happy is Zane Smith, and my sad is once again Haley Deegan getting involved in an accident.
Yeah, we spoke about her briefly. It wasn't her fault, and I get it.
It really wasn't.
Herm's got it right. That must be one hell of a sandwich if that kid's yelling F yeah and whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. And here I thought Grace didn't say words like that.
Oh, that's
By
Mercy.
the way,
Mercy
Jordan,
said that? Oh, we're in trouble.
by the way, Jordan, are you controlling the show by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering who that was because like as soon as you came on, like the whole StreamYard live thing just went a little bit blurry. Then all of a sudden I got backed out for whatever reason it is, and then I came right back in, and that was like kind of weird. I thought, I thought, wow. But no, I just wanted to figure out who that was and so forth. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Jordan. By the way, I gotta tell you something.
What?
Fuck you, I hate all.
What in the hell was that?
Don't mind me. I'm just playing some Filthy Frank soundboard. So
All right, knock that off because we got a cup race to talk about.
I know. We got to get this shit rolling. So
Let's get the good news out of the way. Herm thought he had a favorite driver.
yeah.
I'm going for the Smithfield car. I said, Herm, you don't want to do that. The driver is a twat. Eric Almirola is a bum. I would rather.
Whoa!
Well,
No. I'm not listening to you, Tori Calhoun. La 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 la. I'm not listening.
A bum?
I'm not listening to Tori, but he is trying to talk. No, I'm not. Eric Almirola is a dirty, rotten, filthy bum.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Hey,
At least look, hey,
Wow.
Tori.
I'm listening, brother. I'm listening.
I didn't say Ty Gibbs. Thank you. See, I get the props right there. So I had to tell Herm, no, you don't want to root for Eric Almirola because he's a dirty, filthy skank. So we're gonna find Herm a driver this year that he can follow. That my boy was a Jimmy Spencer fan back in the day. So we'll get him there.
Hey, can I just say this? And also, can I just say to like Herm, in case you're wondering, you know, if you were gonna pick Eric Almirola to win the Daytona 500, don't get me wrong. You know, Almirola is a really good super speedway racer. I mean, if anybody would have picked Almirola, if Almirola would have picked, if anybody would have picked Almirola to win the Daytona 500, I mean, that would be basically a safe pick. I mean, because look, in 2018, he almost won the 500 if Austin Dillon didn't, you know, crash him right out of the way or whatever it is and so forth. But hey, and also I could just probably say this: everything that Chris says is bullshit.
Horseshit. Jordan, you gotta when you come back from getting your butt whipped, you put that comment up.
By the way, Herm, I hope all is good, and yeah, I just want to say, you know, sorry if I ended up getting like all PO'd on you on Sunday with everything, and I just hope we could just put like water under the bridge and whatnot. So, but
I'm sure.
Hope you're doing good, my friend.
I'm sure all is well. But you guys all saw that comment. If Burns says he's a bum, he's a bum.
He is.
Because I don't just call people bums to say they're bums unless it's Jimmy Johnson or Kyle Busch.
All right.
But, you know, you never hear me say bad things about, I don't know, the other 38 drivers, except Harrison Burton, F that guy. But again, we go to the Daytona 500. I got to teach some kids some great things about racing. They were excited. The chicken wings were great. The beer was great. Here's the problem. Another green, white checker. Look, I'm going to say this now. If you're going to say green, white checker, run it until the race is over. Stop it with this. The next flag ends the race. People don't want to see. That's why they went to green, white checker in the first place. Nobody wants to see this race under caution. Would you guys agree with me?
Yeah, I definitely would agree.
Agree.
So if you're going to do green, white checker, if you're going to run this race and you want a winner, run it until you get a damn winner. I don't care if there's one car and a tricycle on the track. Run the damn race.
It's almost exactly what Tony Stewart said in 2012 after the Talladega race. He said, we should run like probably maybe 75% of the race until like we get like a winner or whatever it is and so forth. But I can't remember like if he said that, but that was probably one of my favorite Tony Stewart rant interviews and all that. But no, honestly, like, you know.
Oh, that was also the interview where he said, you know, yeah, let's just go out there until somebody dies. He was angry that day, and I kind of get it.
Yeah, I get that, you know.
But the whole point of green, white checker is we want to have a real finish. But when you take the white flag, well, the next flag ends the race. No, because you're going to get bullshit like we had with the Xfinity race. No offense. You know, the whole rigmarole for hours on end, whether it was on the internet or with your friends or whomever, you know, this one should have won or this one should have won, or the score that you go to the last scoring loop, or are you on a video thing? Or the first part is NASCAR doesn't make the rules crystal clear. The second part is the double line at a place like Daytona or Talladega, and I think Pocono has a double yellow line.
Pocono does not.
Who has one on the corners, but not on the straightaway?
Well, the thing is, though, is that only Atlanta, Talladega, and Daytona
Thank
have
you.
the out of bounds left.
Atlanta. Thank you.
Since now Atlanta now races like Daytona.
Right. So run the race until you get a winner. You know what? If that takes 6-7 times, I'm quite sure that folks like us at home are going to say, wow, okay, nice. Let's try this again. You know what you're going to run into? Fuel mileage issues. Guess what? Not my effing problem. Go in, get your gas. You should have thought about that. You know, I saw a lot of guys play pit strategy, Kevin Harvick being one of them, and they got caught up in that wreck where he went in before everybody else. And I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, he can make it on fuel if they go 2 green, white checkers. Right. And the people I watch with some non-race fans and some old school race fans who hadn't watched in a long time, they're looking at me go, how'd you know that? I'm like, well, if you go this many laps on a tank of fuel based on this many laps to go in the race, and then each green, white checkered is a 2-lap shootout, that's how I get that. That's how I got to that number. I basically channeled my inner Corey.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I just did.
Well, of course.
The inner stat board.
Yes.
Yes.
But by the way,
Chris,
yes.
Hey, Chris, what was stat boy in your head like this? You already a young Padawan.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. And by the way, Tori, I saw you jumped on the feed last night. Thank you so much. I was rocking the Golden Banana T-shirt last night on Dysfunction.
Exactly.
With
I was gonna tell Corey that. I was like, Corey, he was repping the Golden Banana last night.
He's wearing it loud and proud.
Cold beer, hot chicks.
That's true.
And none of them have a limp.
No. All of them were pretty gorgeous, I can tell you that.
None of them have a limp until I get there.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Then all hell breaks loose after that. So
hey, as long as the Cheez-Its stay in the bathroom, I'm okay.
There you go.
All right, Caleb is like, what in the hell are these guys talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, the comments that are made by Chris Burns in reference to the Golden Banana are his and his only. They do not reflect the opinions of Corey Statboy or part-time Jordan. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
wow, he said part-time Jordan, my man.
What?
Wow.
Gotta talk a little smack, man. Just gotta talk a little smack to my boy. Just gotta talk a little smack to him.
All right, Caleb, just to fill you in before we talk about the 500. Corey lives about what? You'd say about 7 miles from a joint called DB's Golden Banana. It's a strip club. And we all went out, myself and Herm, that you see in the comments, Michael Herman, from Dysfunction Junction. Great show. You should listen to it every Tuesday night on YouTube or download it from Apple Podcasts on Thursdays.
I'm going to download it on Apple Podcasts.
Damn right you are. And you're going to have fun. I mean, thank you.
It's like I'm missing a lot of it. You're already on almost on episode 60.
Look at this. He's been in 1 minute and already he's good. I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it. But Herm, myself, Herm's wife, we met Corey up there and our friend Jeff. Jeff did not make the trip to the Banana. We all had dinner together, but we met Uncle Chuck, and the Golden Banana is a pretty nice strip club. The reason we went was because on Dysfunction Junction a year ago last week, I did 1-star strip club reviews, and they got a terrible review, and Corey lost his mind.
Yeah,
I remember
near
my house. Come up to my town. Come see this club. So we did. Don't throw me a challenge. I will rock that challenge. So the Golden Banana has a special place in all of our hearts.
Well, more special in mine, since I pretty much live about 3 minutes from there. So
you drop a paycheck there every month.
Well, sometimes
Chris,
you never know, but that's kind of an undisclosed comment of how much I.
Well, it just got disclosed. Yes, Caleb. What can I do for you?
when I thought I saw you on CBS. Even if I did see you on CBS, you would have been standing next to Stat Boy Corey.
Yeah, on
but wrong guy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know I was on CBS.
When we went and did SRX, Caleb sent a message and said, "I thought I saw you on television."
Yeah.
Oh,
I overlooked it, and it wasn't Chris at all.
No, you know what's actually funny was that when I was watching the SRX race, I could only see Joey's face. I didn't see mine. I didn't see Chris. I can only see Walnuts' face. And I'm just like, I wanted to text Walnuts and said, dude, I think you made TV, bro.
Of course,
Yeah.
Tanola would make TV. He ran the race before the SRX.
Yeah, that is true. So
Oh my lord! How? And he was sitting right next to us. Oh nope, I'm
yeah.
fired.
Yep.
Everybody's getting fired. So speaking of golden bananas, I really thought the golden banana, the 22 car of Joey Logano, had this race won. But when they go to the video and the scoring loop and the timing and all that, Becky Stenhouse Jr. wins this race. I'm not complaining. It's Daytona. The kid is a really great super speedway driver, and he was in the right place at the right time. You can't fault him. But again, if everybody's watching these replays and Fox thought it was Logano, but then they go to the timing and it's Stenhouse. Can we get crystal clear rules from NASCAR, please?
It's never gonna happen.
I agree.
I
with
wish.
you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't understand it, and maybe I don't have to understand it.
They have to keep that alive.
You know what my favorite commentator would have been if I would have been around in the 80s or 90s?
Who?
Benny Parsons.
My man.
Good old Benny.
I hear you,
I
Benny.
loved Benny Parsons.
What a nice guy he was, too.
Yeah.
I met him a couple times in New Hampshire at the old, well, it's still there. I say the old, at the Nassau Resort. And we'd all go there. The drivers would pull in on Thursday. And by Friday night, the place is rocking. We'd get there at 2:00 and find a table. You drink a little, you eat a little, you drink a little more, you check out the chicks, you drink a little more. Then the drivers start pouring in. But we're told, hey, the drivers, if they want to interact, they'll wave at you, whatever. They see you wearing their hat, they'll wave you over. You could walk right up to Benny Parsons and just talk to him. He was just that freaking nice.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that, Caleb. He was a tremendously nice guy.
Probably the best announcer there was. And it's funny because what was it like? I think last month. I think it's been like probably maybe 14 or so many years like since he's died.
Yep.
Oh,
Do you remember when he started doing the telestrator bit? And he was circling things on the track. He was doing the Madden thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm a circle this. I'm gonna draw the line here. I brought a sign with me to Darlington, and according to, I think it was my cousin, I did make TV because my sign said, "Hey Benny, circle me." So
nice.
I got a big circle around myself.
Nice, brother.
So, all right, let's talk about racing. As much as this is going to hurt my feelings in just about 10 to 15 minutes.
Technically, we were talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you for bringing me back to earth, Tori Calhoun. You're a tremendous friend.
It's all good, my brother.
And when Jordan comes back, I have to ask him about a certain shirt.
I'm not doing it.
No, Tori, you're clear. I told you when you're ready and you're clear, you do it. I'm
not doing it.
You have to do it. You lost.
No. I'm totally cool with what I have to do. No problem. There is an issue. I had to get a whole nother account. So I've lost streaming services like cancer people lose weight.
Oh shit. No,
I haven't been. I haven't. That was the reason why I couldn't see the damn race. My Hulu line got cut.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right. Tori gets a pass until May.
Hey,
I will take that.
Uh-oh.
I gotta go eat dinner. So,
are you eating this?
Oh my God, food porn.
I'm gonna eat
There you
pizza.
Oh, you should see
Fair
my
enough.
pieces.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Stop.
you have pizza too?
Dude,
Yeah, bro,
Tori,
I make everything.
Oh my goodness.
God,
The
stop
food
it.
that Tori makes
My bad, y'all.
is just like out of this world now.
No worries. Hey, Caleb, if you got to go, we'll bring you back another time. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah. Bye, Jordan.
Nice.
Bye, Corey. Bye, Chris. Bye, Tori, and me.
And good, yeah,
Bye,
good
my
night,
brother.
Caleb.
Good night, Caleb.
Good night.
Woo. All right. So,
All right.
No, sorry guys, I was putting No, sorry, I was putting the kids to bed, and Mercy threw up, but it's all good now. It was my fault. I grabbed the hold of her stomach after she just ate, caused it to happen.
No worries. Did
It
you put her
happens.
to bed? Did you put her to bed wearing a Daniel Suarez T-shirt?
Oh Jesus!
No. Oh, that reminds me. I got you, Chris.
Now I'm busting balls. Now I have to bust balls. Anyway, was there something you wanted to add? Either one of you, Jordan, Tori, Stat Boy, about Daytona in general at large? Go ahead, Corey. You got your hand up.
All right, so watching the Daytona 500 on Sunday, I
He shaved.
thought it was a good race, and don't get me wrong, the racing was fun to watch. Of course, we did see some, some good drafting, some aggressive blocking right at the end, and whatever the fuck have you. My only main concern was that, did you guys see like how many advertising commercials that they played like during the race? Like, like 6 laps in, like, like they would go, oh, we're going to go to another commercial break. And then they would come back, do like another 6, maybe 10 laps, and then do another commercial break. And then they'll do like an advertisement right at the end. I'm like, guys, how many advertisements are you guys going to put on during the 500? I mean, this is probably more advertisements we saw than what we saw during the race, which I thought it was just kind of weird. But then yet again, that's just kind of Fox just doing their thing, like, trying to get all their sponsors happy and everything else happy and whatever it is and so forth. But
I was just about to say they got to pay the bills.
exactly. And I also want to point out, so I guess I saw Herm's pick, which of course you knew that I picked Kyle Busch to win the race. So listen, as much as I want to say this, Kyle Busch came close to winning the 500. I mean, considering the fact that he had to start in the back because he wrecked his car in the qualifying races because Suarez, decided to be impatient and, just run him up in the wall, what have you. No,
Don't you say another filthy word about my man Daniel Suarez.
Okay, so he was leading right at the end, and then I guess the caution came out, which I think that was like probably the first overtime, whatever it is, and so forth. And I thought, okay, maybe Kyle has a chance to win the 500 if he can get a good restart and if he can get his good drafting partner right at the end, which of course Austin Dillon was helping him during the race. Okay, that's fine. So then, going down the backstretch, this was like probably the first overtime and whatever. Then you saw, Austin Dillon gets caught up in that wreck with, William Byron and whatever it is and all that. So now I think Kyle was probably like in the top 5, like he probably was going to restart 6. So I thought, okay, so I don't think he's going to have a good shot at winning the 500, but if somebody like maybe like second or third or whatever makes a mistake and then those guys crash, maybe Kyle could quite possibly have a chance. And then right at the end, when Kyle Larson hits the wall head on and let me tell you, that car literally just took a beating, like head on. Then you saw Kyle spin out, and then, of course, the rest is history. And then I think Kyle finished like, what was it? Maybe like outside the top 10 or whatever it is. But you want to know what's kind of stupid is that if you guys listened on the radio when he said, oh, if this was 1998, we would have won the race. So now I'm like,
yeah, again.
So now I'm like, okay. So now why are you comparing the fact when Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 in 1998 to pretty much now? You're pretty much complaining like, oh, if this was 98 rules, we would have won the winner. Well, guess what? It's not 1998 anymore. It's 2023. And this is why we have different rules now. I mean, this isn't all 1998 stuff. I mean, come on. The cars now are like more technology-ish, than what it is back in 98. So
it's not even that. And if I may interject briefly,
right.
I have a question.
Kyle's been running under this system. He's been there for the changes in the point system throughout his entire career. For him to call out the late 90s or early 2000s and the point system is just crying.
Yeah.
Well, we were leading technically the 500th mile, therefore I should win. Therefore, you should take your Pee Wee Herman looking ass and go to a theater and do what Pee Wee does and stop crying. Thursday night during the duels, I gave him credit when he got turned by Suarez. I said, I can't wait to hear this interview.
Yeah.
And we were sitting upstairs, and he came out, and he said all the right things. He was a man. I was like, oh, my God, who is this, and what have you done with Kyle Busch? Fast forward to Sunday, now he's a freaking whiny baby again. Yeah. Listen, if you wear a number 8 Kyle Busch gimmick on your hat or on your shirt, do me a favor, drink bleach.
Yeah,
I'm done with the Kyle Busch. I've had enough of the Kyle Busch. I don't want to see him dead, but I don't exactly want to see him in a car again. Get him out of here. I'm done.
Yeah. I just thought him like comparing the rules from like 1998. I thought that was just plain stupid.
It was crying. That's all it was. It was crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, we call that classless.
Exactly. Thank you, Tori Calhoun, my man. Thank you, Herm.
But I have a question though. We're in 2023.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm just messing with you guys. You already know that. I can't believe that though. What you guys just told me though, bro. Because like, dude, you're an established veteran, established superstar. You should be setting a better example for the drivers that are coming after you. Cuz
Yeah.
that's terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a DVD made. The driver you do not want to be, featuring Kyle Busch.
That's it. Basically, it'll be all Kyle Busch lowlights.
That's crazy though.
And then Herm's gonna make with Big Herm Productions. He's gonna make a porno film called "Shave Your Kyle Busch."
Oh Jesus! I don't think I want to know how that's gonna play out.
It'll be sold exclusively in the bathroom at the Golden Banana, right next to the Cheez-Its.
Oh Jesus!
Right next to the Cheez-Its.
All right, so here we go down the running order. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes home in first. Joey Logano second. Christopher Bell was third. Chris Buescher was fourth. And Bowman the Showman, Alex Bowman, came home in fifth. AJ Allmendinger was sixth. Daniel Suarez was seventh. Ryan Blaney eighth. Ross Chastain ninth. And Riley Herbst with a surprise top 10 finish. Other notables, got to give it to this guy. Travis Pastrana coming home 11th in the Great American Race.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick was 12th. Zane Smith was 13th. Can't do this without all of your help. So here we go. Coming home in 14th was Cody Ware.
Where?
14th. Martin Truex Jr. was 15th. Denny Hamlin 17th. Kyle Larson 18th. Kyle Busch 19th. Eric Almirola, that bum, was 21st. Brad Keselowski, 22nd.
Oh,
You heard me. You heard me. Ty Gibbs came home 25th. Michael McDowell,
I can't believe it.
28th. BJ McLeod came home 30th. Jimmy Johnson 31st. Austin Dillon 33rd. William Byron 34th. Ryan Preece 36th. Chase Elliott 38th. Tyler Reddick 39th. And all the way down in the actual BJ McLeod position, Ty Dillon. Oh, my God, Herm. See, now Herm's bringing up all the stuff we used to say back in the day about racing.
The good old white knight, Dick Trickle.
That's right. Herm says he's suffering from a little Dick Trickle right now.
Oh, is he really now?
I mean, he might have been to the banana.
Suffering a little bit of Dick Trickle. That's a little bit unfortunate for him.
That's my man. I don't know where Jordan went, but we're gonna get into happy and sads real quick. And Tori,
I thought he was back.
well, he's all blacked out and his microphone is shut off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking the same thing.
Actually, I'm thinking how good this teriyaki smells on this grilled chicken and Swiss cheese with bell peppers.
Ooh, you and Herm would get along great. He's a chef too.
That's what I'm talking about, Herm.
You guys get together and open yourself up a restaurant. I will be 600 pounds by the end of the week.
But my sad, bro, if that's what you want to hear, is I didn't even get a chance to watch the damn Great American Race, bro.
That is terrible.
I didn't even want to watch highlights, man. I was like, man, come on with this, bro.
Oh, my man.
Hey, I wanted to pull the old school card, Chris. I wanted to call Hulu and say, you know I'm good for it.
I got you on Tuesday, bro.
I'm saying, man, you're killing me, dude. I had the like I said, I had the DVR set just like Corey did, man.
Oh.
But
you got a happy in there somewhere?
If I heard you correctly, my driver did very good.
My driver did very good.
Come on now, Chris. Don't do me like that, brother.
We'll talk
it's not
about
my fault.
We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about it in a minute.
I got you, brother.
Christ, I get it from all angles when it comes to this fantasy racing thing. Wow. Corey, you got a happy and sad from the Daytona 500?
Alrighty, so my happy for the Daytona 500 this weekend. Gosh, if I had to pick a happy for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Christopher Buescher, or as I can call him, Chris Buescher, or I don't even know if we can call him either Chris Buescher or Christopher Buescher. As
Call
with
him
Dale
the Bush.
We'll call him the Bush.
The
Well,
Bush.
Yeah,
The
the Bush.
B.A.
The,
Bush.
yeah, the Bush ended up finishing fourth, driving for the Roush family Keselowski stable. And I got to tell you, him and Brad, those guys worked pretty well right at the end. And, of course, Brad, I think, finished wherever he finished, somewhere in the 22nd position right at the end because he got caught up in one of those wrecks. And my sad, on the other hand, gosh, you know what? My sad, on the other hand, is going to have to go with Jimmy Johnson because I really wanted to see him have a good run. I mean, if he would have finished in the top 5, that would have been awesome. And just to see him just be out in that car again and just to see him run at Daytona again, it just makes you feel like, it was just pretty much the old times and whatever. And it's funny because right after qualifying, he had a big smile on his face and he told the crew guys saying, guess what, boys, I'm back. Like I never even left.
Nice. All right, while we wait for Jordan, this one's going to be weird. You guys have waited for I don't know how many years for me to say this out loud.
Uh-oh.
My happy is going to Cody Ware.
Where?
Right here in 14th spot. Best run I've seen that kid do in a long time. That 51 car actually did pretty well throughout the body of the race. I actually had said to you guys last week, Corey LaJoie was my sleeper pick going forward for this race. But watching that 51 weave through traffic, went a lap down at one point, got his lap back, and to come home with 14th for a guy we make fun of all the time, I'm giving him the happy. And I have two sads. So I'm going to go with William Byron and Ryan Preece, both caught up in accidents. Both of them were top 10 all freaking day. And to get caught up in a wreck and to finish in the 30s, not a good day for them.
Yeah.
But let me repeat what I said before. My happy goes to Cody Ware.
Where?
Man, that never gets old. The fact that you both do it at the same time is amazing. So, yeah, I'm going with Cody Ware.
That'd be damn.
And you blew it. You guys both blew it.
I thought you was being serious just then.
And just like that,
no, I said where.
Just like
yes,
that,
you did.
And just like that, you're both banned from the show.
I'll take it. I need a vacation.
I guess I'll see you next week then.
You'll see me till the end of the show. We're waiting on Jordan to give us happy and sad.
And butt whooped anyway.
Then we'll.
Oh, I didn't say it.
I didn't
say it.
Oh,
I did not say it.
I'll tell you.
That's what I meant.
I'm just pulling out a guess. So I think that's what's probably going on. So.
Even Terry was on board with us. She said it each time. Where? No, that's right. I said my happy goes to Cody Ware.
Where?
I swear, I'm going to get that shirt. I want to wear it to New Hampshire. The front has the 51 and his name, and on the back, it's going to say Where with a big question mark.
Yeah. That would be a good shirt. So.
And you can have that made right here in our local mall until it shuts down because nobody goes there anymore except me and like 13 other people.
Yeah.
But Buffalo Wild Wings is always packed. That's in the mall.
Right.
So, Jordan, whenever you're ready, come on board. Give us your happy and sad. Jordan.
I don't even know what's going on behind that camera right now.
I
don't think I want to know.
I refuse to speculate on the grounds that I may catch that same whooping at some point in my life.
Yeah.
No chance in hell here. I promise you that right now. Okay.
Here he comes, my man. You know who I haven't seen in the chat section tonight? Herm, by the way, is the MVP of the chat section tonight. I haven't seen Gage, my man. All right, Jordan, you got a happy and sad from the Daytona 500 as it ran?
Well, my happy is for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. My sad is I had my pick, Michael McDowell. Look what happened. He gets involved in that crash.
You were almost close to having your
I sure was. I should have just said Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have taken that bet. All right, so we've gone over the running order as NASCAR sees it. Now we're going to go over the running order as we see it week to week from now until the end of November when we crown a champion in the NASCAR Cup Series. But
It's gonna be me this time.
we here at the Speedway Review worry about crowning a new champion and taking me off of my very well-earned throne. Worst to first or first to worst? Corey, which way do you want to go?
Let's do first to worst.
First to worst, okay. Nobody's surprised. Tori, Joey Logano gained
Of
you
course.
42 points. Ricky
Right.
Stenhouse gained you 48. Ty Gibbs gave you 17, and Tyler Reddick gave you a whopping 1 for a total this week and the season high so far of 108 points. Tori is in first place. Coming in
Are we
second.
surprised?
No, because he starts out strong. He started out
I'm not
strong last
surprised.
year.
Damn it! I hope I can stay strong the whole season, though. Damn it!
August is my time, brother. When it comes to the playoffs, that's my time to shine.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
All right. Second place. Are we ready?
Okay.
Let's get it.
Jordan, Kyle Larson got you 19 points. Martin Truex got you 29. AJ
bottom of the
Allmendinger
pit.
gained you 34 points. And Justin Haley got you 5. For a week-ending total of 87, you currently sit in second place.
Sweet.
Moving right along. Kevin Harvick got me 32 points. Denny Hamlin got me 20. Ryan Preece got me 10. And William Byron got me
Corey's
7.
last.
For a weekly total of 69, I currently sit in third. But wait, there's more, and it's very close. Ryan Blaney got you 29 points. Corey, Kyle Busch, 18. Michael McDowell, 15. And Chase Elliott, an unfortunate 1 for a total of 63 points. You're only 6 points in back of me. It's not that bad. It's still early.
Hey, if I'm
Okay.
6 points back, I'm not too worried.
Well, 6 points in back of me. If I
Well,
had to
6
do the
points back
math,
from Chris, but
and I'm about to do the math because I usually do this every week, and this was the week that I failed. I do apologize. I usually tell people how far back they are. Corey, you are 45 points out of first place. Not bad at all.
okay. All right.
Which
well,
would-
That's not bad.
It's only
Yep.
the first race of the season, so a lot can happen.
That is
Yep.
true.
Which would make me
That is true.
39 points out of first. And Jordan, I know you're not used to hearing this. You're 21 points out of first place.
Hey.
Look at that. You know,
All
and
right.
again,
Hey, I picked some good ones.
there's two
Hey,
things.
Justin,
Go ahead, please.
well, first off, I'm glad I traded you for MTJ. You know, Harvick's your boy, so I said, why not? But
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm
he
good.
probably goes up. Never
He
mind.
froze up.
Here comes the broomstick.
No. Anything but the broomstick.
I'm calling it.
What the fuck is it?
I don't know.
Somebody not get it. Oh, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is this for?
Anyway, we're going back to Auto Club this coming weekend. Very excited about this. Fontana, California. We haven't been there since COVID.
Well, I know last year they ran there for the first time since COVID. So
Oh, did they? I must have
Yeah.
forgotten about that.
you remember last year?
Vaguely.
Well, vaguely. I mean, because of course that was when Kyle Larson won the race, and of course Chase Elliott thought he was going to get that run on the high side, and Larson went up to block and realized, oh shit, I didn't realize my teammate was up there.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then that was when Chase Elliott burst out saying, "Stupid motherfucker."
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And
Wow.
don't forget, guys, this is going to be the last race for Auto Club being on the 2-mile track because they're going to reconfigure it into a short track within the next 2 years or so forth.
That's right.
So, yeah. I mean, if anybody has a
I'm
favorite,
safe, y'all. I'm safe. I'm safe.
I'm not in this shit.
yeah, he's safe from he's safe from getting an ass whooping, whatever it is. So
Jordan
forth.
Balasico, marked safe from the broomstick.
Yeah.
Y'all are so fucking goofy. I love y'all.
So,
Jesus.
so I know. So next week, I will be on here with you guys next week. I'll just do it while I'm at work. It's not a problem. I'll just be like Tori.
There
Not a
you go.
problem.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't be like me, brother.
Do you want me to tell him, or
Okay.
do you want to tell him?
Because no. Think about it. I work at a bar.
That's right.
That is true.
You get where I'm going with that?
I get it.
That
get
was
it.
the first thing I was going to say. You're at a hospital. He's at a bar.
Oh no,
The
I'll work at a
second-
gas station next week.
The second part is
Uh-oh.
The second part is he's 6'3", 224, pure chocolate, and you're a skinny little white guy.
Oh my God.
Fair enough.
What's the line from that song? Can somebody help me? 6'2", 225, Ice Cube. I used to have that record.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not gonna quote it because I don't want to be. No, I don't.
No, I got you. You know,
Yeah.
racist Chris, who does the show with one of his nicest favorite people in the world. Yeah, I'm racist.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, people need to pay the fuck attention around here.
Hey, did you guys talk about Corey Rooper?
No, tell me what's going on with that.
So apparently he was suspended indefinitely from the Truck Series for a substance abuse policy violation, but it turns out it was a behavioral violation. So basically he's suspended indefinitely until whatever action he needs to be taken is done. What's funny is Corey and I are Facebook friends. So I'll be keeping up in the news of what the hell's going on, and I'll let y'all know.
Jordan, I'm already friends with you on Facebook in the first place.
Not you, Corey.
I'm
Roper.
kidding. No, I know.
I know who.
No,
I knew
who
who-
you're talking
Smart
about.
ass.
I just wanted to bust his balls on that. So
I knew what Stat was doing. I knew what you were doing.
But check
got
this
me.
out, though.
He got me.
So check this out. So one of my Facebook friends, his name is Colton Collins. He is an Arkham Menard Series crew chief, and he is talking with his manager, and it's a possibility we will be one of the alternative sponsors for that number 7 Chevy at Mid Ohio.
oh wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep, and. The prototype jacket that I showed you guys, that is a prototype. I will be getting some merchandise made for the Speedway review.
Very cool.
Yeah. It was a good design.
Now, I can't say a lot right this moment, but as you know, as you've seen in the comment section, Joe Bolwin is not watching this week. He is currently in Cozumel, Mexico, enjoying a vacation, but he did text me earlier, and wieners and butts and stuff. I'm sorry, Herm. I just won. You talked about it. You lost the game.
You know, Chris, what cracks me up is every time you're reading Am I the Asshole stories, Herm starts to crack up the moment you start speaking.
I think he anticipates sometimes where I'm going with the story and then finds out at the beginning, you're like, okay, maybe I got to shift gears and stuff. But no, yeah, those are always funny. The Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
Thank God for Reddit and dumbasses. Where was
Yeah.
that?
Hey, if I ever-
okay, so
you
Big
know,
Joe's not.
if I
Go ahead,
ever-
please.
If I ever find one, I will send it to you, Chris.
Oh, please do. That'd be fun. That would be awesome. As you can see in the comment section this week, Big Joe Bowen is not with us this week. He's in Cozumel, Mexico. However, he did shoot me a couple messages about some contacts he made while he was in Daytona for Speed Weeks. And got some good leads coming up on some potential guests. So I was, I'm kind of sworn to secrecy. And when I say that, it doesn't mean you guys text me after the fact and go, okay, you can tell me. I won't tell anybody. No. Because I know at least one of you, Corey, will reach out, Corey, and say, okay, you can tell me. Who you got coming up? No. A lot of red tape has to be worked out for one of these guys.
Hey, I'm talking to people too. I'm not going to say who. And no one asked me, Corey. And I'm not going to tell you, Corey.
Well, Chris has been waiting for 1.5 years for the one you promised him.
So I am getting there, Chris. So I did talk with Monty from Rackley War, and Matt DiBenedetto has agreed to do podcasts and other interviews this year. So the season's just getting started. So probably like around All-Star weekend, North Wilkesboro. He'd be glad to come on and join us. But once I find out more, I'll let you know.
Rock and roll. I'm gonna reach out to our man Joey Ternulo, see if Walnuts can't get Christian back on the show. You know he's dying to talk to Tori every time he's in a comment. And look, it's nice enough that this little grassroots show that we do, this little podcast, we have the comment section. We can read all of your stuff, and to see Christian pop in and go, "Hey, where's Tori at?" Really? Come on now, Christian. I guess nobody waves your flag higher than I do, and you ask about Tori Calhoun.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, what we have right there is a guy who respects another guy for what he does, what he brings to the table.
I am totally leaving this alone right now.
All right, let's move to Chris Burns.
Only thing you bring into the table is appetizers. Knock it off.
Wow. Hilarious. Hilarious.
I love you,
But,
kid. Always will.
I do have
not resist.
now one of the contacts that I do know that I know who is interested in being a guest on here. He's an ARCA driver. You guys ever heard of Drew Dalla?
Yes.
God bless you.
$2. I thought you said top
Yeah,
dollar.
so-
My bad.
Top dollar.
He's trash anyway.
Hey, he's the EST. Oh, wait, that's the other trash person.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother podcast. That's number talk. Let's bring it, bitch. Anyway,
Yeah, whatever.
You gotta love it.
She's the dumb-est, the lame-est, the boring-est.
I might as well go ahead and tell Chris Burns this real quick. Since he loves my girlfriend. You upset her last week, bro.
Your girlfriend. What do I do now?
Exactly what you're saying right now.
About Bianca?
Yeah.
All right, now getting into serious mode. Let me get right in my chair real quick. Listen, when it comes to something like wrestling, we are all allowed to have our favorites. Like,
yes, we
That's
are.
true.
I like
That
my
is
man.
true.
I acknowledge my tribal chief. Some of you like the Cody Rhodes. Some of you like the Seth Rollins. Some of you, I don't know why, even like Johnny Gargano. I don't care.
Hey, that's my
Like
boy.
there's a surprise.
Johnny Wrestling.
There's my Jordan likes.
Hey,
Johnny
I've met
Saint.
Johnny Wrestling. I've met Johnny Wrestling. He's a great dude, great guy.
I don't care if he's the greatest guy on earth or not. Johnny Sameface will never be
No,
on
that's
the
John
top
Cena.
of my list. But
Oh my goodness.
if I upset you, dear, I apologize. I don't mind her work. I bust on Bianca for one reason and one reason alone, because it bothers Jordan. That's it.
I'm keeping it real.
That's the end all be all. I mess with Bianca Belair because it bothers Jordan. So when I say things like she's the dumbest, lamest, boringest, doesn't mean I actually think that. It means I'm trying to get up under Jordan's skin. And guess what? It worked in reverse. And I'm sorry, dear. I'm very sorry.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and hear this.
Yeah, I'm sure. But you told him to say that, didn't you? Didn't you?
Chris
No,
Burns,
no,
don't throw me in your shenanigans.
I'm saying it from my heart. I got no issue
So-
with the Bianca Belair.
So one of my coworkers went on the Spotify, typed in his feed over you, listened to it. He said we are the funniest guys he's ever heard on a podcast when it talks
Well, then
about
he's-
racing or some other stuff.
Well, then he's obviously never listened to Dysfunction Junction Tuesday nights on YouTube and Thursdays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you steal your favorite podcast
Oh,
from.
I told him about the Dysfunction Junction. He said he was going to check it out tonight.
My
He said
man.
he'll let me know tomorrow.
Dude, it took Caleb 30 seconds after I mentioned it. He's already downloaded the shit when he was on the show. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Hey, I enjoy watching you guys. Especially when I'm not working, I'm having a rough day. Yeah.
Well, good. That's what we're here for. Entertainment and stuff.
I'm going to join you guys one of these days.
Well, we'll see about that. You got to pay the money first. We have an appearance fee. You pay us the fee, and you can appear.
Oh, you're serious?
I made that shit up. Anywho, since we didn't do it at the top because we had a guest, and we have about 11 usable minutes. Stat Boy, do we have any news and notes to go over from the week that was? Any suspensions? Any fines? Any big time news coming out of Daytona?
Not really big news that's coming out of Daytona. Well, except the fact that this is going to be the last race for Auto Club being a 2-mile track before it gets reconfigured into a short track within the next few years and so forth. And yeah, I mean, I will say this: Auto Club's going to be a lot different within the next couple of years, and it's going to be kind of weird just seeing it as a short track and all that sort of thing. But no, I mean, definitely, I think this weekend will be a lot of fun, and I think we'll see a lot of aggressive pit calls, and we'll see a lot of track position, and of course, drivers will fan out 3-4 wide on fresh tires, and then of course you'll see some guys that'll have like worn tires and that are going to be begging for tires and whatnot. But no, I mean, if I would have to say like my favorite California race as like a 2-mile track, I probably would have to go with 2013 when if you remember, this was the race when Hamlin Logano battled for the lead. They come out of turn 4, they beat the hell out of each other. Hamlin spins down on to the concrete wall, hits the wall, and then breaks his back, out for 10 races. Kyle Busch goes by those two guys, wins the race.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I think that was the first. I think that was the first ever race. I think for the Gen 5 car, if I'm not mistaken.
My favorite California, April 29th, 2001. We had just lost Dale Earnhardt a couple months before.
Yep.
April 29th happening to be his birthday, and his best friend, well, Neil Bonnet was his best friend, and then Neil Bonnet unfortunately passed. His best friend alive, Rusty Wallace, goes out and wins that race in dominating fashion.
Oh, yeah.
And, being a Rusty fan, I was glad to see it. Seeing him carry that 3 flag in the Polish victory lap, doing the Kulwicki around the track. Fantastic. Doesn't get much better than that. That'll always be my favorite Auto Club Speedway / California / fill-in sponsor here. That'll be my favorite memory of that track forever.
Exactly.
So as we wind down and Jordan's catching a whooping.
Yep. I know it's coming. That's why the screen's black.
Well, that's so we don't get to see the bruising.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably listening to us right now and pissing himself laughing.
Yeah, he probably is.
Kind of like Tori does every time he moves away and he's doing his thing and we say stuff and he's probably delivering the grub and be like, okay, folks, here's your grub. And we say something stupid. He starts to snicker. They think they're laughing that he's laughing at them. No, that's not the case.
Right.
Oh, so I will ask you, Corey, because we mentioned it off air, and I want to mention it on air. This weekend is the opening of the movie I have been waiting for.
Yes, I can't wait.
It is Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you in true D-Generation X faction. Are you ready?
Dude, I'm born ready. I cannot wait.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
I know what you're talking about.
I cannot wait to see Cocaine Bear. It's going to be a fantastic movie. Hopefully you guys all go see it. If you don't, we're going to look for it, myself, Herman Lynch, on a streaming service. We are tinkering with the idea of doing a Mystery Science Theater watch-along where we watch the movie and talk about it, or maybe we have our 4 boxes here. We have Cocaine Bear playing in the bottom. We have Herm's figuring out the logistics of that now. So I'm not paying $18 to go see Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, can't blame you.
Hell, if I wanted to see Cocaine Bear, I could go down the street and see the guy at the local VFW lose his shit.
I am not doing it.
For real?
I'm still on the cast.
I don't know if he hangs out there anymore.
I'm still on the podcast. I do it while I'm clicking and everything.
But no, I definitely can't wait to go see it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just like, dude, like, Cocaine Bear is gonna be freaking like crazy, but it's just gonna be one to watch.
I have not been this excited for a movie to come out, and I really have to go back in my head to the Bohemian Rhapsody. I think was the last movie I was this excited to go see.
Bohemian Rhapsody I thought was good, and then Elvis I thought was really good.
Oh, I had to wait for it. I didn't. No, I'm a huge Elvis guy. Herm, we both grew up huge Elvis guys, and when that movie came out, I didn't go. My daughter saw that before I did.
You just wait. Did you see it or you didn't see it?
Oh, I did. I waited for it to come on streaming.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't. I wasn't sure that I wanted to pay $18 to go see Elvis, thinking I was going to hate it. I watched it. I loved it. I was house sitting for a friend, and I loved it so much that the next day when I woke up, took his dogs out, tended to the house, I watched it again. And then when I went to Florida in December, I told my brother about it. He's like, "Let's watch it." So I watched it again.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, I wasn't feeling good. Was just hanging out, laying in bed. I watched it again. That kid was that damn good.
Honestly, like, for him to play that role in Elvis Presley, he freaking like nailed it. And honestly, like, I think he won an award, like, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he did.
Was it a Golden Globe or? Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Somewhere
we gotta wait for Jordan because we can't say goodnight without
no, but
our whooping boy.
You know what's funny is that I actually saw Elvis on 4th of July, literally on like 4th of July day, which, you know, I don't think I've probably seen like a lot of people like go to the movies on 4th of July, but I think me and Zach were probably like the only two people just watching the movie. But I thought it was really good. So.
Listen here, Christopher Burns.
Oh, no, you did not just use the big C word. I will slap somebody.
Here it comes.
I had my headphone in the whole time.
I figured
you had me. You said my ass whooping? Really?
Well,
good ass whooping.
That's
I'm
what
kidding.
we were all predicting anyway.
Anyway, before we sign off,
go ahead, please.
I have a California Speedway memory, and it's actually 2 in 1. Both Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson getting their very first wins at Auto Club Speedway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer to your question, Corey Huffnagel, Austin Butler won a Golden Globe and a BAFTA award for Best Actor in a Feature Film, and he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor.
He did a phenomenal job as Elvis.
Are you kidding me? He killed it.
And as an Elvis fan,
he did.
As an Elvis fan, I had to wait, but yeah, dude knocked it out of the park. But the big movie coming up, Jordan, and Tori was listening into
Cocaine Bear.
Are you ready for Cocaine Bear?
I'm so damn ready.
Dude, I want to see it. It looks so funny.
Yeah. Dude, you don't understand. There was a bear that did fucking cocaine. I'm not kidding you.
Hey, let's get this straight. There was a bear that did a whole kilo of cocaine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
And for you guys that don't know, it's based loosely on a true story. The movie is not up to snuff, but it's based loosely on a true story. If you don't know, go look up the story of Cocaine Bear. And
I'm definitely going to.
Oh, you're gonna want to see this movie. I can't wait.
I can't. That's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be so freaking lit.
But Tori,
yeah,
my boy Tori. So
what's up, brother?
We got nothing but talk coming up here soon. I got a couple of guests in the wait pending. One of them is up and coming rapper Ice Spice.
Okay.
And
another one is the ALS girl from the Super Bowl halftime show. What's her name? Juliana Miles or something.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't watch the halftime. I didn't watch the halftime show. Sorry.
Hey, when are you gonna have Left Eye on?
Oh wow.
Left thigh.
I just had to throw that.
I just love like when it just. I just love when it was less like quiet just now. I love how it was quiet just now when Chris just asked that question.
That would be like, and I'm going to say this out loud. I'd have the same reaction Jordan did if I'm like, hey, I've got this podcast and we're going to do this, and he goes, hey, when are you going to have Dimebag Darrell on? Nope.
Oh, don't make that face.
No. So, yeah, I was looking for a reaction, and guess what? I got it. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had fun tonight. I
Right
did.
here. Hey, you want your answer? Here you go.
What does it say?
There's left
Oh.
eye.
Oh, wow, he's got a whole left eye tattoo. Nice.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get me a Dimebag one now. I've been planning it for years. I just never got around to it.
Is it gonna be a dime?
That was the original plan. It was going to be a dime, but it was going to have Dimebag's silhouette with the long hair and the red beard.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I just got to find an artist that can make it work.
Nice.
I trust Falcon Dave. He does all my tattoos now, but this one's special. I got to find just the right guy. By the way, real quick note. On Sunday, I had to run to almost Corey's neck of the woods in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Golden Banana?
On the way back,
Oh, Jesus.
I was on I-95 going south, and I realized where I was, and I went a day early. I took my annual pilgrimage to West Warwick, Rhode Island. Please take a moment to remember the 100 lives that were lost 20 years ago in the station nightclub fire.
Right.
Couple people I knew. I was supposed to be there that night. I've talked about it extensively on the old podcast, Chris and the guy who fucks everybody's girlfriend. We had the author of one of the books written about the tragedy who lived through it. Concerts are supposed to be fun, and any event, whether you go see a race or wrestling, or I don't care if you're into Monster Jam, whatever your gig is, man, you're there to have a good time. I don't care if, and I'm not throwing shade on my man Tori here, but if you go to Tori's gaming restaurant and that's your gig, you're going there to let loose and have a good time. You don't want anything bad to happen. And that night, it was just unfortunately, it was the perfect storm of bad. I can't forget it. I can blindly drive to where the club was. I'd been there 24 times. I go every year, and I just sit for a little while. I'm quiet, and I pay my respects. And this year was no different. So, if you guys could, whatever you believe in, throw a little love up north, to heaven, to those 100 lives, and to the hundreds more, the thousands more that were affected by that tragedy on a Thursday night back in 2003 in West Warwick, Rhode Island. It's a day I won't soon forget. And I was lucky, and I'll say this out loud, that on the day I usually make the pilgrimages, February 20th, the actual day of the tragedy, and I couldn't because I was working, but I did get to talk to Corey on the phone. So while I was checking in on my man was helping me, and you didn't know that until right now. So, that's a very rough day for me every year. So, give some love, throw some respect on everybody who was affected in the station nightclub tragedy, because, nobody wants that to happen when you go out and have a good time.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And, honestly, all I could just say is, like, just watching that, like, it just literally made me, like, horrified and just, like, and what really scared me is that, like, like the people that were, like, trying to, like, get out, like, as soon as, like, the fire was, like, starting and all that, and you can literally see, like, everybody was just trying to, like, get out that door, and then everybody was all, like, just, like, everybody was all, like, squeezed, like, together, like, they just, like, couldn't get out. And that was the part that really, like, made me scared and really made me worried the most. And, just watching that, like, it's just, like, no words, like, to describe it, and and the fact that it's been, like, 20 years, like, just can't believe it.
Yeah, it's I
Oh, yeah,
remember.
yeah.
I remember that next morning.
Might
It
look
was.
that
It
up.
was the next morning was a Friday. My little nephew shows up at the house. I'm supposed to watch him. I have Fridays off, and it was back in the day when to charge your cell phone properly, you had to turn off your cell phone.
Right.
So cell phone's off. It's plugged in. I wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Little nephew shows up, a year old, and fixing him his breakfast. And I turn my phone on, and usually you expect a text message or a phone message. I had about 47 text messages
Oh, shit.
and about 30 voice messages. Chris,
Oh,
you need to
wow.
call me. Chris, you need to call me. Chris, you need to call me.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, what in the hell? So the first person I call back is my mom. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? She goes, oh my God, you're alive. Yeah, I'm alive. What is this all about? She goes, you haven't seen the news, have you? No, I haven't. Turn on the news. So I turned on the local station, which was the one out of Providence, Channel 12.
Right.
And there it was. And I'm like, I know that building. I've been in that building. Great White was playing there. I was going to go to that show. What in the actual fuck happened?
Right.
To this day, I mean, every time I go to a concert, and Derek will tell you this, Derek the Undertaker, if you listen to Dysfunction Junction, you know who this guy is.
Yeah.
We went to an open air pavilion, Mansfield, to see
Yep.
Five Finger Death Punch. And as soon as we got to our seats, my head is on a swivel. He goes, what are you doing? Looking for the exits. I want to know how to get out of a place. Sat down with Lynch to go see
That's
Anthrax 2 weeks ago. As soon as we sat down, I worked in that building, so I know all the exits, but I'm looking. We're on the edge. We're 2 seats from the end, down the stairs to the right. I know how to get out. When the music starts, I'm in a good place. Before the music starts, or before the wrestling starts, or before the football game starts, I'm not in a good place since that day 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It just scares me because that place I saw Judas Priest there. I saw Anthrax there 2 times. I saw Black Label Society there. I saw a number of local bands there. And I can still see the inside of the club in my head. If I close my eyes, I can see the Horseshoe Bar. I can see the back area where they sold the merchandise. I can see the hallway where, funny story. When I saw Black Label Society there, the week before, Pearl Jam played there. So, Eddie Vedder, the lead singer, signs, to the Station nightclub, blah, 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 Eddie Vedder. Well, earlier that day before Black Label went on, Zach Wilde saw that and he signed a picture for them. And he says, I want this to go right underneath Eddie Vedder's picture. And he signed it to the Station. Eddie Vedder is a cunt. Zach Wilde.
Oh, Jesus.
And I always said, I'm going to steal that photo. And it was always a running joke. And God, I love that place. And I love the people there. And it just sucks. It really does.
Yeah.
And if I'm getting a little too mushy for you guys, I really do apologize. But, this week, every year just gets me a little bit more and more because, that's the rock and roll family, man. You say it and it makes sense. Like I talked about the Five Finger Show. I met some really nice people there who happen to live in my town. So when I posted that I'm going to see Anthrax, they said, hey, why don't we meet up and say hello? Music, whether it's rap or metal or whatever, that's a family. And much like racing is a family, and you guys are my family. I'll leave it there. It just sucks this time of year for me.
Yeah.
Man, Chris, that actually, I felt that, man. I felt that in my soul, man. When he's telling that story, I felt that. I feel for you, bro.
Yeah, I feel that also.
I feel for you. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, my wife actually knows about that because she actually watched this thing on YouTube called Horror Stories, and that was one of the things that they covered. So I feel for you on that, man.
I'll send you a link for you and your wife, and I'll send it to all of you. I'll use the Speedway review. When I find it, there's a really great documentary. Hopefully, it's on YouTube now. I know it's on. I know it's on Xfinity right now. If you have Xfinity cable, it's on demand. It's called The Guest List. And my friend Mike Riccardi, who made it out, is featured in that documentary. And
Oh wow.
yeah, it was as tough as it is for me, and I wasn't even there. My friends and I talk about this. We were gonna go, and the snowstorm that was going on, it didn't fall on Rhode Island that heavy. Fell on Connecticut pretty heavy, and we are like, dude, it's just Great White. We're not driving through a snowstorm. We drove through a snowstorm to see Godsmack, but dude, this is Great White. We've seen them. No, we're not going. How life would have been different for all of us, you know. I can't say where I'd be. I can't say that I'd have my beautiful daughter. I can't say that I would have you guys. I can't say any of that because I just don't know.
Right.
And that and again, I apologize. Yeah, it's just scary. And what's worse is I'm a guy that dives into like every documentary, every book that's been written about it. Anytime there's, an article about it, I read it. I get a new perspective on it, but it doesn't change what is. And what is that we lost 100 good people. Many more were injured. Thousands, if not, tens of thousands of lives were affected. And man, it just sucks. It really does. There's no other way to put it. You can talk about shootings, just as tragic. You can talk about train derailments, just as tragic. But it makes you think. It makes you stop and think about life and really how precious it is. And I'm sorry I had to go deep on you guys. I really, really am. I apologize. If there's anybody still left watching, man, I apologize to you too. But yeah. Yeah. So Corey, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a thank you. When I called to check on you, you kind of helped me. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I appreciate you reaching out and also not to mention, like, I also appreciated, that Herm came on and I wanted to share him, my side of the story. And I wanted to, just apologize to him, like, if I was a little bit off on Sunday. And, and honestly, the way I kind of learned is that, listen, shit happens, everybody's all different, opinionized and everything else. And if I was kind of the wrong way, I apologize on that too. I mean, I may not be perfect, but then yet again, like, I just try to be me, like, every day, whether if it's good or bad. So
yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure he does too. Just never forget. And I know, none of you guys are somebody I have to remind this to, but every day above ground is a good one. And appreciate the people you have around you, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. That's it. That's all I got. And you guys close out the show, man, because I'm wow. I didn't realize I was going to say this tonight. Yeah. Here's to all of you. Somebody say something.
Your family.
I can't do this.
Your family, Chris. So I felt that, man. But to close things out tonight, Chris, thank you for sharing the story. Sorry for everything that you dealt with 20 years ago and still dealing with today. Corey, I appreciate you stepping in tonight. Tori, you just keep being you, bro. You just keep being you.
Of course.
Taking the hell out of that. Chugga.
If I can add something, Tori, be you until you can be Batman, then be Batman.
Always be me regardless.
Yeah. But I just wanted to close out by saying that ARCA race, Frankie Muniz finished 11th for his debut in the ARCA Menard Series. So great to Frankie Muniz. I am still in talks with Brett Jones Racing. We might be getting Malcolm in the middle of the pack, which was courtesy of Austin Cindric, who said that multiple times during the race on Saturday.
He stole that from me.
He sure did. Chris Burns gets the credit. But it will be, if we do get the interview, it will be via Zoom. So we would actually have the Speedway review via Zoom that night, and I know how to connect all of that to our social media pages. I know how to do all of that. And after the race, Frankie Muniz said, Malcolm would have never done anything like this of what I just did.
Oh no, not without question.
Nope. And congrats to the winner. Holy crap.
Yeah, Greg Van Alsten. I think I probably posted this on Facebook on Sunday or whatever it is. That, my friend, is what you call a journeyman driver. The fact that his last ARCA race, I think was in like 2001, 2002, had no
2002.
money. Then last race was 2002. Then he had no money, went back to his regular job, had his own ARCA car, whatever the fuck it was, and so forth. Comes back, wins Daytona. And I got to tell you, that was probably like, best storybook moment for him was, for him to win that race at Daytona and for him to say, like, guys like me can't even win the Daytona like this. I thought that was awesome, and the emotion on his face, it just, it was pretty much the icing on the cake. The fact that, that he's been in this game for a long time, and for him to come back and to win a Daytona definitely has to be a feel good story.
Absolutely. And on top of that, he dethroned Venturini Motorsports.
Guys, just to let you know, I was listening. I found that documentary and I'm sending it to you now.
All right.
It's on the Speedway Review chat. And
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, look for my friend Mike Riccardi.
Mike Riccardi.
He looks like me except younger.
Okay. All right.
And
I'll definitely give this a watch. So.
Yeah, he wrote a great book called Just a Thought Away. If you ever want to read a little bit more into it from his perspective, the book's on Amazon. It has quite the amount of 5-star reviews. Brought me to tears. Everybody who I've lent it to it's brought them to tears. And you can get it on. You can get it in paperback form or audio Kindle. Not audio, but Kindle form.
What's it called again?
Yeah. I just don't want you to forget this stuff, bro.
Just a Thought Away. That's the name of the book.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
I've read 5 books on this, and Mike's is my favorite.
Right. But anyway, guys, episode 2 will be uploaded to Spotify in the morning.
All right. Hey, thanks again, guys. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Always.
Good night, everyone.
Alrighty.
No problem. I got you, bud.
Till next week.